All right. Good evening, everyone. Welcome to the first edition for Talk to Mommy Oluwa. This is January's edition, and it promised to be awesome. So we titled this January edition "Seize Your Moment," and it's a mentorship moment, and we're very brief tonight. So we have in our midst a speaker, Mr. Adeyemi, okay, Adeyemi Christian. So he will be speaking with us um next few minutes. Let's hear from him. All right. So okay, Mr. Christian Adeyemi, can you have the floor? So let me start from how has it been? No, it's a new year and a lot of resolutions. So far, how has this new year been for you? How has this new year been for you? In 1 minute.
All right. Thank you, Mr. Bosun, for this opportunity given. 2024 has been so good to me personally, and it's a year to really build capacity, and it's a year to remain more focused in what really matters to my life and to our life. And one of my things for the year is to stay focused on the agenda, stay focused on growth and personal development. So I've been I've been working tirelessly on capacity building from my hand. So that's how the year has been for me. So
Oh, thank you very much for that. So let's get to as we await our that speaker to come on board. Since this is going to be recorded and going to be posted on the YouTube channel, so for others to also participate. See, the mentorship, the reason why we don't have more people on board is that it's majorly for mentors and to be sent across to members as soon as they can get the link on the platform. All right, so over to you. You can have the floor, sir.
okay, thank you, Mr. Bosun, for the opportunity, and I never take this for granted. All right, now it's a new year, and I'll begin my presentation this evening from this extra. You know, every new year, everyone often do New Year resolution, and it's very obvious that New Year resolution doesn't last long more than the first month of the year. There are resolutions certain folks make when they start a new year that this year I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that, but obviously the conviction only lasts for January. And as the year begins to go down or go forward, it will be obvious that their resolution cannot last them the remaining months of the year. So one of the things I want to admonish everyone that is here and that will listen to this podcast later is that no matter what you have set for the year, one of the things you have to put in place is one of the things I was talking on yesterday called tenacity. Tenacity is one of the things, the ability not to give up, the doggedness to remain focused on your plan. I perceive these days that many people have great plans, especially when the year begins. They have a great plan, great aspiration, but one of the things they never had alongside their plan is tenacity. Because as day goes by, tenacity is needed to actualize every of your plan. All right, now to my presentation this evening. Yeah, I'll be sharing my slide, I believe, from your hand. You should have seen my slide. By name, my name is Adeyemi Christian, founder of Wedis Farmer Hub. Yeah, I'll be talking on some tackling some important questions this evening. Yeah, my table of content, I will begin from there, then I will start my introduction. So for my table of content, who is a mentor? Types of mentor, why should I have a mentor? How do I get a mentor? And from there, I'll go to my conclusion. Then, if parameter anyone has a question and answer, I will give necessary answer by the grace of God. All right. Mentorship is a relationship between a more experienced person, that is a mentor, and a less experienced person, the mentee. Mentorship relationship is for growth and learning. It is a relationship built on trust, respect, and learning. Yeah. When we are talking about mentorship or having a mentor, it's a broad word that in this our contemporary time we can never downplay. A mentorship relationship is a relationship or interaction between two people. The first person should be somebody that is more knowledgeable or experienced, while the second person may definitely be a naive or novice or somebody that just is looking up to the greater person to learn from it, according to how it is even written in the Holy Book of the Bible. The book of Hebrews, chapter 7, verse 7 said, without contradiction, the less is best of the better. So the less we always look onto the better for help, for advice, for whatever. So that is how also what mentorship is. That's how mentorship is. That is the lesser person be the mentee looking out to what? To the mentor for advice, for counsel, for for direction, and for everything that can be what that can fascinate the relationship. Then who is a mentor? A mentor is somebody who have experience, knowledge, or expert and offers or knowledge, wisdom, and advice to someone who is less experienced. A mentor is definitely one person. One important point you need to know about a mentor is that he's somebody that is knowledgeable. You cannot say somebody is a mentor and he has nothing to offer. That's the important thing. A mentor is someone that has a well of wisdom, that has a well of knowledge, that knows something. So these days we have people that call themselves mentors and doesn't know nothing. Those ones are not a true definition of a mentor. One important point that must strike your mind when you see somebody or they call somebody, this is my mentor, anybody say, is that that person knows something. And that knowing or that thing that he knows might be a product of how long he has lived on it, or might be a product of his education, might be a product of his experience. There are some people that they may not go to school, but because of how long they have lived on earth, they have gathered experience that it has become an embodiment that other people can look onto them and learn from their life. And that is why in the relationship of mentor to mentee, we cannot basically categorize it only on education. That if this person doesn't have education, we cannot call him a mentor. No, there are people that doesn't even go to the four corners of the university or the school, but they are embodiment of wisdom and knowledge. So that's one important thing. A mentor is somebody that has an experience, that is more experienced, that have a knowledge on about something about the issues of life. It might be on a skill, it might be on a business or whatever. So that's one important thing you need to know. A mentor is somebody that is vast in knowledge, that has experience, that knows something. A mentor is somebody who has already walked through the same road you plan to walk and actively help you speed up the process. Yeah, that's one important thing you need to know again. A mentor is someone that has, because he's
Right.
advanced, he has gone ahead of you in a path, in a journey. You can you can obviously leverage on his wisdom, leverage on his what on his experience. One of the advantage of a mentorship, mentee or mentor to mentees relationship is that you are not likely to replicate a mistake that your mentor have made if truly you submit to your mentor. When you see somebody make repeat a mistake that his mentor has once made, is because it was many things are involved. Because a mentor has walked through a path, and when you follow his guidance, you are likely not to enter into the roadblock he entered into while he was still naive or still learning like you are. So he or she provide guidance, advice, support, which help in the process of growth and development. So a mentor will always what we give you guidance. Guidance is one of the important things. Guidance is one of it gives direction, it gives you advice, support. Support may be financially, in terms of help, in terms of capacity building, in terms of helping you get materials that will build you up. So these are some of the things a mentor will what we always do for his mentee.
All right. Okay.
A
All right.
mentor will, okay.
Before you continue, so I just had a question, so we can make it more interactive. So we
All
won't
right, sir.
do that. When it comes to mentors, people believe this, and the question that this come up, like, mentor, as I said earlier on, mentor is not only limited to just um spiritual person. Because I believe I was on one conference about last week. So, and the person said something. Said one thing mentor does is that mentor saves you from mistakes that you should have that would have cost you. So the
Yes.
issue of mentor, um, I think people need to understand something, that mentor is not just about a spiritual aspect alone. You must have mentor for business, I believe. Have mentor for finance life, mentor for career wise, mentor for
Yes.
different aspects of your life so as to ease your journey in life. I think that's very important too also, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so,
Yeah. That's even that's one of the area I want to even talk on next. Okay, continue, sir.
all right. So, just 5 seconds again to add to what you said. And no, let me ask this question: Is it compulsory for someone to have a mentor? because most people don't believe in the mentor. And must the mentor be, or is gender a barrier to be something to consider in times of mentor? People don't like having other sex to be their mentors. That kind of thing, places that kind of thing. I hope you understand my question.
Okay. Yes, I get a question. Yeah, maybe gender bias when you want to choose a mentor now. That concept is a wrong concept if anybody have that kind of mindset. Because many times or at times you may need a mentor. Let me say like me now. Before I begins my adventure in Portu business and Portu production, my first mentor that I have was a female. She was a woman that has been into the business for more than 15 years, which I submitted to her, learning from her time to time. I even go to class with books and learn the nitty-gritties of Portu business from her. So at times when you want to learn something and the person available to mentor you is likely to be a male or to be a female and you are a male, you shouldn't be biased. What you should be after is the goal. What is the goal? The knowledge that you need. That's the driving force, not about gender bias. Because at times you may not definitely find a male figure because a male, you are looking for a male, definitely have to be a male mentor that should mentor you. It may not always be the same. Meanwhile, in the midst of those kind of relationships, maybe your mentor is a female and you are a male, there should always be boundaries to everything. That's one important thing that should be put to check if you are going to be having a mentor which you guys are opposite sex. You understand? So barriers or actually boundaries, yeah, boundaries. That's what I want to mean. There should be boundaries to certain things in that wise. But I don't believe it's that before you for you to select a mentor, you have to be okay. No, if it doesn't be a male, I will not. No, no, no. That shouldn't be a barrier. So I believe I've answered the question.
Right. So you can proceed.
I believe I've answered the question. So I would love to move on to the types of mentor we have. Now, we have a mentor can be anybody. They can be a teacher, a friend, a co-worker, a boss, or as long as they achieve what you are pursuing. There are various type of mentor, but the concept is the same. You can have a dedicated mentor from different aspects of your life. That's one important thing that certain folks in this our current time has not understand. You can have a dedicated mentor for different aspects of your life. Now, it doesn't necessarily that your spiritual father, which is your mentor, can also be your mentor in terms of business. It cannot. That's one important thing. I believe certain folks are making the mistake. Now, I have a mentor in respect to my spiritual life, but what the business I'm doing, the business I'm into, it doesn't have the knowledge, expertise about it. So definitely, if for me to do well in my business prospects or in my business pursuit, I need to get a mentor in that field. So we need to really balance this area these days. That's where certain folks are getting it wrong. It doesn't matter whether you have a mentor spiritually because it serves you it serves as a spiritual covering for you. That's fine. But it may not be so in business. It may not have the knowledge. It may not have the required wisdom to impart when it comes to the business you are doing. So that is why you have to also have, there's no crime in having different method for different areas of your life. That's the point I'm driving at. For different parts, different aspect of your life, you can have different mentor. Maybe your relationship life, you have a counselor that you submit to, that's fine. For your spiritual life, definitely you have a father in the Lord or you have a mentor. That's good. For your business too, you may have mentors that you also look to that are thriving in that business that you look onto that will be like a role model for you. So that's what I will say as touching that. Some of the reasons why we need a mentor is that having a mentor is an important step to growth and success of an individual. That's one of the is a concise version of the importance of having a mentor. When you have a mentor, it will speed up your growth. Mentor will always ask you day to day, ask you for feedback, gives you assignments, then ask you critical questions. It will push you out to do certain things. It will always push you to go the extra mile, push you out of your crack share just to bring the best out of you. That's one of the advantage about having a mentor. Your mentor will give you assignment. He will say, go and make this research. I could remember when I'm still under the woman, definitely. But she always give assignments. Go and make this research. Go and check this. It was that time I have to learn about this disease that happened in 2020, Africa ASF, African swine fever. It was part of the research I had to make. So I think when you have a mentor, it will push you to grow. It will push you extra mind to make research, to learn more. In the process of learning more, you will know more in that area. Great men and women who they look up to as well as submit to for mentorship. That's it. Every great man you see, whether in the spiritual realm or let me say in a spiritual aspect like religion aspect or business wise or relationship wise, every great people you can mention or point to, they have somebody they submit to. Our generation, young generation of these days, we don't have anybody we submit to. We are only submitting to ourselves, and that's a disastrous state. That's not a good state it should be. You didn't submit to yourself alone, you submit to somebody before accountability. You may not be sufficient able, you may not be actually now, you may not be able to, you cannot be accountable to yourself on daily basis because you can choose to do anyhow. But when you have a mentor, accountability becomes something that you cannot take with levity hand. That's one of the importance of having a mentor because you have somebody you are accountable to for every decision, every step you are taking. And that's one of the advantage you have a mentor because if you are not accountable to anybody, you can do anything. There are also examples, okay, these are examples from scripture, people that have the mentors and the like. Timothy was a mentor, mentee to Paul. You understand? So Jethro was more or less like a mentor to Moses. Elisha and Elijah, mentor and mentee. You understand? So Jesus Christ and his disciple, they have a mentor. So even scripturally, the relationship of mentor and mentee is also established in scripture. So and I believe I'm a Christian and help those that might listen to it, whether the religion you are, they also support what? They support mentorship. Is very, very important. So I would love to, because I don't know how many more minutes I have, and I still have many other things to speak on. I would love to fast track it to this critical area. How do I get a mentor? In case if you need this slide, I will make it available to the convener of this webinar that you can obviously go through it. There are a lot of well-dished, valued information in this slide that I will advise or admonish you to get it after this webinar. So how do I get a mentor? That's the important thing. How do I get a mentor? Now, for you to get a mentor, you need to know the purpose. The purpose of everything should be the first reason before you step in. Why do I need a mentor? That's the purpose you need to know. Know yourself and know where you are going and what you want. Discover your passion. Then from that area, you will now look for a mentor. Now, I have passion. Apart from that, I studied animal production. I have passion for livestock. Then definitely, if I'm looking for a mentor, I will not look for a mentor in fashion design. That's a wrong area to be looking for a mentor. So when you
Yeah.
have a passion for something, you look for the mentor in that area, in that niche. That's who you make your mentor. Some people they said, okay, I'm into shoemaking, and your mentor is a car dealer.
No, no, no.
It doesn't consummate together. So when you're looking for a mentor, let it be around the area you are focusing or the area that you have passion for. That's the important thing. Because if you don't get it right at this level, definitely the relationship between your mentor and mentee may not be productive enough in the area you may be looking onto it for. Because you may be expecting your mentor to give you an advice, especially your business, whereas he doesn't have the knowledge about it because that's not what he or she is into. So that's one of the important. You need to know that where you are going, and that's where you will determine the kind of mentor what you have. Find someone who is already in the vicinity of that point and is living proof that your goals are achievable. That's it. That's what I said. So when your mentor is into this thing that you are doing, then you begin to ask critical questions, ask him, and begin to see how he was able to overcome some obstacles that you are likely to face. That's the advantage. Okay, during that time that I submitted to going to my mentor, especially in livestock, the person of Mrs. Biola at that time. I was asking a critical question about poultry and how she was even telling me, narrating how she started the poultry business from grass to grace. He was telling me step by step, taking me to some of the challenges she went through. And from there, I could be able to learn. I could be able to learn a lot of things. Many times, I believe the Holy Spirit is the best teacher, but at times, experience also teaches us many things also. I believe the Holy Spirit is the best teacher, but I know experience also is also teach us a lot of things. When you meet, you sit with someone that is experienced, you can learn a lot of lesson. You can learn a lot of wisdom from him that will deliver you from making a mistake that you will send that can retard your growth for 20 years. An advice from a mentor can deliver you from bankruptcy, can deliver you from wasting your capital on a wrong direction. An advice from a mentor can save you from having hypertension. An advice from a mentor can deliver you from making the wrong choice and wrong step. Currently now I have like almost 3 to 4 mentors in livestock. One of my mentor, Mr. Kenny, we were talking not quite long. He was talking about the trend in in broilers production, and it was like the best time to stock your broilers bed, especially for layers, is towards the December period because that time the price falls. So it says some people are not wise enough. They will sell their old layers because of festive period, and when it now comes to the new year, they will now start stocking. But they won't have the understanding that it is when they are selling their old layers that's the best time to start stocking because the price will fall. Because when you cross over to a new year, the price will increase because a man that has lived inside, that has been part of the system, he has already understand the trend. And if I'm to stock now, the best time I will have stock is what is December. But some people, if they don't have a mentor, they will just stop in January. And what you're supposed to buy, let me say 400 naira, you're not buying it at 800 naira. Look at the hike in the price. But just an advice, a counsel from a mentor will have save or will have even add to what to your income. So that's one another thing I will be speaking on how to get a mentor. Then the last area I will also talk on is find out about them to know if your core values align. Yeah, that's another thing. And this point, I've really explained it. Now, before you choose a mentor, are you guys on the same track? Are your values aligned together? If your values are aligned together, I was scrolling to my Facebook page not quite long. Minister GUC he posted it that they want to mentor certain people in the music that have a music industry, that has a calling in the music ministry. And he posted this, and certain folks were messaging him. And I saw some people too. They were just one of the things I see when people post is just to look at the comment to check the way people respond to certain things. I was seeing people that were just joking. So this one, why do you even comment when you know that this is not your niche? It's an error to say you want to put interest in something that is not your niche just because you just want to feel among, or you want this person to know you because it's good. The mentorship program he wanted to do would be a direct, like face to face via maybe the online platform. He talks to them, has a closer relationship with them. But certain folks that doesn't even have a calling in music industry or music ministry are also messaging him, and it was like, you see all of you people that really have interest, but in the long run, it will show.
Yeah.
It will show. So before you reach out to a mentor, make sure you guys are on the same niche. Maybe you're also into music ministry, then the mentor should be a person that is already doing well in that area. And when you reach out to them, there are always a way to reach out to people before you can submit to them as a mentor. I believe a mentor is somebody you can check on anytime, any day. And at times, a mentor may be far away, but there should be a means you should be able to connect with your mentor, regardless of the distance. Maybe its location is far from your place, but there should always still be a way you should always still connect with your mentor. That's one important point. Don't have a mentor that you talk to him once in 3 months. That's not kind of mentorship relationship. Don't have a mentor that is once in 6 months you talk. No, a mentor is somebody you check in over and over, message, call, create. Just look for a way to stay in tune with your mentor, to keep asking questions necessarily that will propel you forward. So I believe this. I will make this slide available for everyone that will love to get it or to go through this slide again. I believe my time is almost up, and I want to thank the conveyor for this beautiful opportunity given me. Thank you, Mr. Bosun.
All
Thank
right.
you, everyone.
Thank you very I mean, before we end the call for this night, I would love to just make some important necessary stuff that we all need to understand. You can Mr. Christian, you can stop sharing for now. All right, you can stop sharing for now. All right, thank you very much. All right. So one thing that I would want to see is that when you're choosing a mentor, don't choose someone that is successful. Like don't 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 limit your mentorship journey to someone that is successful, but to someone that attained what you envision, someone that is at that peak, is at that place of where you see yourself. I know connecting to a mentor is it has to be it has to be damning and um all I put it like the significant first thing you need to before you can connect a mentor or set your the first what you have have a mental picture of what you will become in the next 5 years, like have a mental of what you and and mentorship can be close distance and distance in the sense that you can follow them on social media, follow them on follow their trends, follow how they do things, and can be close like one-on-one mentorship and and all that. So it helps you. It helps you. One of the one of the greatest instrument or tools to seize your moment this year is to have a guide, a mentor. Have a mentor. Seizing your moment will cost you having a mentor in your spiritual life, business, um, career. A mentor is not the same thing as a disciple. Having a disciple or something. You understand? So I think he has said so much. How we get the slide from him and make it available for us so we can listen. Thank you very much, Mr. Christian, for such an amazing moment. The lots I have to listen to this again and again because it's really an eye opener for me, and I think I need to see this as a catch for me. I take my time to sit down, and make necessary things, put things in place, and get it right. Because one of our vision for Let It Talk is that everyone must get it right spiritually, financially, morally, mentally, emotionally, every aspect of your life. So this is where we draw the curtain for this month of January 2024. So we see next month, February for February edition. Promise it will be very, very, very interesting and very educative. So if you have questions for him or you have questions for us, ensure you comment, send ask questions. He is ready to answer, and we are ready to answer you. Trust me, you are in capable hands. Thank you very much, and do have a blessed night. Thank you, Mr. Christian, for such a time. I think this is where we call it a night.
Thank you, sir.